Hey guys, J0, how you doing? I hope all is well in YouTube land, whatever part of the world that you're in. Okay, we got a crappy rainy day outside, so we are going to make some chicken and dumplings for dinner. So the first part, now keep in mind, I am just a dude. I'm not some cookieologist or anything like that. This is just how we are going to make chicken and dumplings for our family. The first thing that we're going to do, or that we did, is we made chicken broth, just like we did in previous videos when we made and canned up our chicken broth. We cooked various chicken parts. We had some breast and some backs that we boiled and made chicken broth. And we are going to now we're gonna run this through a strainer so that we can get the broth out and get all the various chunks, any little bones, any little pieces of cartilage, anything like that. Get it out of the way. But what we're noticing is that this isn't going to be enough broth to make a nice big pot full of chicken and dumplings. So what we're going to do is we're going to add some hot water with a chicken bouillon cube in it. Whatever piece of the chicken that you have that you're going to use will be fine to boil it and to get you a little bit of broth. And then if you need more water like we do, then you can just add water and use some of these bouillon cubes. You'll still have a good flavor from the chicken that you boiled, and this will add a little bit of flavor as well, chicken flavor. So that's step number one. Step number two is we're going to make the dumpling dough, and we're going to use the exact same biscuit recipe that we used from the biscuit video that we did. And I'll try to put links in for these videos if I can remember to. But you can just do a search, go back and do a search on how we made, our chicken broth and how we made our biscuits. And those are the recipes that we're going to be using. So right now we're going to get some hot water, add one of these chicken broth cubes per the instructions on the thing, and fill this up with just underneath the handles or so on the pot, full of water, and get that back to boiling, and we'll see you directly when we start making the dough. Okay guys, we got us a double batch of biscuit dough made, and it's just the same biscuit dough that we used in the earlier video. Like I said, I got a couple of pieces of parchment paper out here to keep them from separating. I got two next to the side, so just get you a little bit of dough on your finger, and you just put it in between the two pieces of parchment like that, and it'll act as a little bit of like a glue to keep your parchment paper together. Alright, so we dumped our biscuit dough out onto the parchment paper here, and we're going to knead it up by hand. Remember, with the biscuits, when you're making biscuits, you don't want to knead your dough too much because you want nice fluffy biscuits. But when we're making dumplings, we want the dough to be a little bit tougher, so we're going to knead it. And you can do this with your mixer. You can just leave it in and let the mixer, your bread attachment knead, your dough hook, whatever you want to call it, do the kneading for you. But I'm going to do a little bit of kneading here by hand, which is just pretty much flatten it out, fold it in a couple times on itself, and keep working it until it gets a little bit tougher. And add some more flour as you need to keep your surfaces non-stick. You can do this right on your counter, but it's a lot easier to clean this up using a piece of paper or a piece of cloth or something like that. I've seen people use other types of parchment papers, and I've seen, like my sister Bev, she uses an old tablecloth or a piece of cloth or something that she kneads her dough on or works her dough on. Me, just simple parchment paper. So we're going to knead this up just like this one more time. Get it good and stiff. I'm going to sprinkle the top of it with flour. And we're going to get out the good old rolling pin. Some of you dudes know exactly what this is. Alright. So, now I'm going to pull this in a little bit, fold it over the edge, so I can hold it with my belly while I roll out my dough. Fix my paper here. I'm going to roll it out to where it's going to be nice and thin. If I can get my dang paper to work with me here. It's not working with me. That's because the camera is on. Nothing goes right when the camera's on. Roll it out nice and thin. I'm going to say probably 1/4 to a 1/2 inch thick is how I'm going to roll mine out. nice and you're not going to ever get no square, nothing perfect square, perfect rectangle, none of that kind of stuff. You're going to just have to go with one of the form there wherever the dough goes to. It's going to all be good. That's what you want to see. You want to see nice stretchy dough like that, where it's kind of, see how it kind of snaps back? That's what you want. Those are going to make really, really good dumplings. Some people now, there's going to be a little bit of folks who are going to say they like the drop dumplings a lot better. You know, the drop dumplings would be before you started kneading your dough, just take a spoonful or so and get it and make like drop biscuits and just drop it right in. That's fine. A lot of people prefer the drop dumplings, and that is just fine. That is the great thing about cooking. You can take a recipe and make it your own and do how you like. Me, I like the thick noodle type dumplings, which is what we're making right here. So I got my dough rolled out. It's about 1/4 inch thick. I'm just going to take my handy dandy pizza cutter here, and I'm going to start cutting my dumplings about, I would say about 1 inch or maybe 2 inches wide. Just cut it with your pizza cutter right like that. Nothing is going to be perfect and nothing's going to be symmetrical, but that is okay. There we go. Now I'm going to cut them to where they're probably, I don't know, roughly 4 inches maybe. Like that. Cut them up, make them look nice and pretty. And now we are waiting on our chicken broth to boil. And as soon as our chicken broth and the liquid that we have comes to a boil, we're going to put these in, and we'll get back with you whenever that happens. So, see you in a bit. Okay, we got our dumplings over here. Our broth is now at a good boil. So the last thing I'm going to do before I put the dumplings in is I'm going to add just about 1/4 cup or so of flour, just sprinkle it over the top of the dumplings here, because this is going to help thicken up the whole thing and make it a good thick chicken and dumpling soup. So now we're just going to take and add our dumplings in like this, one at a time, or two at a time, I guess, if you're using two hands. And remember, yeah, these are large pieces, but they're not noodles, they're dumplings. You'll see how they'll start floating and start cooking. So we're going to get all these dumplings in here, and we're going to let these cook for probably, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes-ish. And if they're not done, then we'll let them cook a little bit more. So once we get all these in, we'll let them cook. Remember, our chicken is already pre-cooked, so we don't need to cook the chicken. We just need to put the chicken in right at the very end. So, all right, y'all, we're going to keep adding our dumplings in, and we'll let them cook, and we'll keep stirring it as they cook. And we will see you in about 20 minutes. Okay, guys, you can see we got all our dumplings in here now. I'm just kind of stirring in and getting some of that liquid up on top. Yeah, they're going to get real poofy and real sticky, and if you stir them too much, they're going to fall apart. So once I got all the top coated, all the top part of the dumplings coated, now I'm going to take and put a lid over it. I forgot to mention that before. So now we got a lid on it. Now we're going to let them cook for about 20 minutes. And about every 5 minutes or so, we'll try to get in there and give it a stir and flip them over so that they all can cook evenly. So we'll see you in a few minutes. Okay, guys, we are about 15 minutes or so into the cooking process, and you can see now that they're no longer up at the top here. They've absorbed a lot of the liquid, and they are cooking up nicely. Some of them have broken up, but you can see they're nice thick dumplings. Nice, like that. You can see that the flour is starting to be absorbed into the broth, and now we can uncover it, and we just let them finish cooking for probably another, I'm going to say probably 10 minutes or so before they're completely done. And it is going to be awesome, y'all. It smells great. Now at this point, you just kind of salt and pepper it to taste. How much, just like I say, just salt and pepper it to taste. And another thing too, you're going to have to keep an eye on whenever you have your lid on and you're doing your first part of the cooking. The first few minutes you have your lid on while you're letting your dumplings cook. You want to pull it off and keep stirring it, because otherwise it will boil over on you and make a mess. Because especially whenever you got your pot full like I do. So you want to keep an eye on it so you don't make a mess. But you can see that they're cooking up nicely. We're going to let them cook for about another 10 minutes or so, and then we'll add in the chicken. And like I say, now is the point to salt and pepper to taste. So we will see you in about 10 minutes when we finish it up. Oh man, it smells good. Woo! All right guys, see you in a bit. Okay guys, we are right at the 20-minute mark now. I know that because we've had time to cook 2 batches of biscuits that are going to go along with it tonight. So you can see that the dumplings have cooked. It's gotten nice and really thick. The dumplings have shrunk down quite a bit. That's okay. That's all been absorbed into the liquid here. So now the last step that we're going to do for actually cooking them is we're going to pour in our chicken. Remember, we had our chicken that was already cooked. We're just going to take it and put it right in. Please be very careful while doing this, because this stuff here is really hot and really sticky, and it will burn the crap right out of you if you let it. So we're going to add our chicken in. We're going to stir it in now gently amongst with the noodles. And now, right now, we're going to turn the heat completely off. We're going to stir it. Go ahead and add in the rest of my chicken here. Man alive, this is going to be so good. Stir it all in. Everything is done. So now what I'm going to do is I turn the heat completely off. I'm going to put my lid back on, and we're going to let it set just like it is for about 5 minutes. And we will see you guys in 5 minutes when we're ready to give it a taste test. Okay guys, it has been setting now for a few minutes. I'm going to take the lid off. We're going to give it a quick little stir here with our ladle. Now there's a lot of different ways that I like to serve chicken and dumplings. You can put a biscuit, take a biscuit and break it in half and put it in your bottom of your bowl and put your chicken and dumplings on top of your biscuit. My favorite way is to make a nice thick batch of mashed potatoes, make them nice and thick and sticky, and then put them in the bottom of your bowl and put the chicken and dumplings on top of that. Oh man. So, but for the taste test purposes, we're just going to put a little bit right into the bowl here. And it is screaming hot. Cool it off here a little bit. Oh man, that's good. That is really good, y'all. It will make you smack your mama. And make you even smack your grandmama. Well, maybe not grandma, but at least mom anyway. Man, that's good. Really good, y'all. I would definitely recommend making it. Everything is better homemade. If I can do it, you can do it. It's crazy easy to do. I will try to leave links to the biscuit video and the chicken broth video. You can see for yourself how it came out. It's nice, it's thick, it's got good color, got nice thick chunks of chicken and nice big thick dumplings. Country living at its finest, y'all. All right, well, give it a shot. Spend some time in your kitchen. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. God bless. The end. Buzz, the end.